Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our third English lesson of the week. So far this week, we have learnt our new story map for Man on the Moon. We have looked at the vocabulary, that new and unfamiliar vocabulary used in the story, and had to think about what those words mean. And today, we are going to look at something else. But before we do, we're going to start the lesson by going through the story map together. So if you can stand up for me, I will make myself smaller on the screen so you can see the story map, and then we can go through it together. Ready? In a tranquil and sleepy village, there was a kind and gentle man called Bob. Full stop. Bob had a top secret job that no one in the village knew about. Exclamation mark. He was the man on the moon. Exclamation mark. Every morning he skipped downstairs because he was so eager to get to work. Full stop. Each morning he had a cup of piping hot tea, a bowl of crunchy cornflakes, and a well-ripened banana for breakfast. Full stop. He would then put on his comfy trainers and run all the way to the space station. Full stop. At work, Bob quickly changed into his special space boots, put on his protective space gear, and climbed on board his extraordinary rocket. Full stop. He turned on the rocket blasters and 3, 2, 1, blast off! Exclamation mark. Let's put the next paragraph on the screen for you. After he landed, Bob had a gigantic list of jobs. Full stop. First, he cleared away all of the strewn rubbish. Full stop. After that, he chatted to the man from Jupiter and the man from Mars. Full stop. Finally, he showed the tourists the cavernous craters and told them to be very careful when exploring. Full stop. Are there any aliens? Asked the tourist. Full stop. Bob chuckled and told them there was no such thing as aliens. Last paragraph. Before he left, Bob made sure that all of the visitors had gone home. Full stop. As he was checking the last crater with his flickering torch, he spotted something strange! Exclamation mark. He was sure he could see a mysterious creature with 3 eyes, purple spots, and jagged feet. What is that? He wondered. Could it really be an alien? Question mark. Bravely, Bob bounded down to investigate. But there was nothing there. Full stop. He hurried back to his rocket launch pad in the safe knowledge that aliens did not exist. Okay, well done for joining in and putting the actions to our story map. Okay, so today our Can I is Can I Write Questions. So before we start, I would like you to pause the video and think about what is a question, and can you either write down or think or say out loud 2 of your own questions on a whiteboard or a piece of paper. Off you go. Okay, so hopefully you've had a little think about what a question is. So a question is when you ask somebody something and you hope that they will give you a response to answer your question. So for example, you might say, what is the time? Where are you going? So we are asking somebody a question in hope that they will give us a response and they will answer us. So what words do questions start with? Think about the 2 questions you came up with. What words came at the very start of your question? For my question, I said, what is the time? And I also said, where are you going? I might also say, who are you? Why are you doing that? Or how are you doing that? So there are different ways that we can start a question, and typically most questions would start with one of these 5 words. We've got who, what, where, why, how, and when. We might also say, when is it time to go home? So there are different words that we can use to start a question. So first of all, we're going to think about which sentence needs a question mark. So I've got 4 sentences on the screen. I'm going to read them to you, and you need to decide which one needs a question mark and how you know. I like doing maths. My rabbit is called Fluffy. Where is my lunchbox? Jump up and down. Which one needs a question mark and how do you know? 10 seconds. Hopefully you've said that this one needs a question because it says, where is my lunchbox? And we said that where can be one of those question words. Where is my lunchbox? So this one needs a full stop. I like doing maths. It's a statement. My rabbit is called Fluffy is also a statement. Jump up and down is a command. Next sentence then. Again, which one needs a question mark? Why are you feeling sad? Cheetahs are very fast animals. 3, 2, 1, blast off, like from our story. Read these instructions now. Which one needs a question mark? Hopefully you've said that the first one needs a question mark. Why are you feeling sad? We're asking somebody why they're feeling sad. Cheetahs are very fast animals. Would need a full stop. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Something exciting's happening. So you've got an exclamation mark and then a full stop. Well done. And again then, the volcano has erupted. Sophie is coming to my house today. Tidy your bedroom. What are you doing at the weekend? Which one needs a question mark? Hopefully you have recognised that what are you doing at the weekend needs a question mark. We're asking somebody what are their plans for the weekend. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I am going to read the story to you, and you're going to follow on the screen as I'm reading it and also listen. And every time you see a question mark or hear a question, you're going to clap your hands and we will highlight it off on the screen. So we need eyes looking on the screen and ears listening for those questions. Ready? In a tranquil, sleepy village, there lived a kind and gentle man called Bob. Bob had a top-secret job that no one in the village knew about. He was the man on the moon. Every morning he skipped downstairs because he was so eager to get to work. Each morning he had a cup of piping hot tea, a bowl of crunchy cornflakes, and a well-ripened banana for breakfast. Then he would put on his comfy trainers and run all the way to the space station. At work, Bob quickly changed into his special spacesuit, put on his protective space boots, and climbed on board his extraordinary rocket. He turned on the rocket blasters and 3, 2, 1, blast off! After he'd landed, Bob had a gigantic list of jobs. First, he cleaned away all of the strewn rubbish. After that, he chatted to the man from Jupiter and the man from Mars. Finally, he showed tourists the cavernous craters and told them to be very careful when exploring. Are there any aliens? Hopefully you recognise we've got our question. Asked a tourist. Bob chuckled and told them there was no such thing as aliens. Before he left, Bob made sure that all of the visitors had gone home. As he was checking the last crater with his flickering torch, he spotted something strange. He was sure he could see a mysterious creature with 3 eyes, purple spots, and jagged feet. What is that? He wondered. Could it really be an alien? Well done if you recognise that question there. Bravely, Bob bounded down to investigate, but there was nothing there. He hurried back to his rocket launch pad in the safe knowledge that aliens didn't exist. Well done. So we can see we have got 3 questions in our story. So today, you're going to transform into 2 different people. You're going to be an interviewer. An interviewer is somebody who conducts an interview and they ask somebody else questions. And you're also going to pretend to be Bob, the man on the moon. And that is because you're going to think of questions to ask Bob. So as the interviewer, you're going to think of different questions that you would like to ask Bob to find out more about his job and what it's like to be man on the moon. And then you're also going to use your imagination to be Bob and answer these questions. So I have done an example here. The interviewer would say, how long does it take to get to the moon? So that's my question. We can see my question mark at the end. That's what the interviewer is asking Bob. And Bob has responded by saying, the moon is very far away, so it takes a long time to get there. Sometimes it can take all morning. So I thought of an imaginative and detailed response to give as Bob. I didn't just say, takes a long time. I've put it into 2 full sentences to give the reader more information about Bob's response. So I said, the moon is very far away, so it takes a long time to get there. I've used a conjunction here. Sometimes it can take all morning, so I've given the reader more information. So with somebody at home, perhaps a sibling or one of your parents or an adult at home, you're going to take it in turns first of all to be the interviewer. So you're going to ask questions for Bob to answer, and then you can swap. So that's your first job, which you can come back to after the video. And then once you've had a go at talking through your ideas, you're going to write them down on your lined paper. So your first thing that you're going to write down is question number 1. So you might say to Bob, what jobs do you do on the moon? Question mark, as it's my question. What jobs do you do on the moon? Then, as Bob, we're going to give a response about what it's like on the moon. So I might say, there are many jobs that I have to do on the moon. So there are many jobs I have to do on the moon. I clear all of the strewn rubbish, show tourists around the planet, and I also sell gifts for people to take home. So I've given a detailed response in answer to my question. So I've got, what jobs do you do on the moon? Is my question. There are many jobs that I have to do on the moon. I clear all of the strewn rubbish, show tourists around the planet, and I also sell gifts for people to take home. And you're going to do this 5 times. So on your lined paper, you'll start with question number 1 and write the response. Then you'll think of a second question and write the response, and you're going to have 5 questions with 5 answers in total. And that is your job for today. Don't forget those question marks on the end of your questions. Happy writing, everyone. Bye.